What's going on, guys? Chuck in,
Kara.
and we're here with part two of Kara Watches, for lack of a better title. And this time around, of course, previously we watched Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. So now we're on a part two with Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. As we said, this is something that she kind of started in school with her teacher who was letting her read Harry Potter, and kind of got an interest in her, and she wanted to watch that, so we did. And which is, I thought, was a great opportunity for me, because I have not seen these movies in forever, and I remember absolutely nothing about it. So it's like watching, these movies all over again for the first time, which is really cool. So coming into this, I said I had seen the Sorcerer's Stone fairly recently because I saw it with Chris, so I kind of remember that, but I have not seen Chamber of Secrets in forever. So I come in basically like seeing it for the very first time, as I said. And myself, it was a lot of fun. I really, although I gotta admit, also, I'm gonna try not to go too long with this. I'm already rambling, because we did watch the extended cut, which on these Blu-ray dishes, I think only the first two have extended cuts, which is good because this is like 2 hours and 45 minutes long. This is a long, long movie, and it's almost midnight, and Kara should be in bed. It's a school night. I'm a bad dad, so, but. I couldn't tell you what should have been cut out or what was cut out from that theatrical version, because I don't remember. I just remember the extended version. I think it's the only one I've seen, because I didn't see these in the theater. I saw them on, except for the last two. I only saw the rest of them on Blu-ray. But I did like the mystery of the whole Chamber of Secrets, and the lore of it, I guess, and learning a little bit more about Voldemort. The chemistry between the three characters is really building up, between Harry, Hermione, and Ron. You get new villains in Draco Malfoy's father, Lucius. Yeah, and you learn again a little more backstory, which is cool. But you also get an annoying little house elf named Dobby, which I'm not a fan of, but whatever. But my quick takes on it. So, what'd you take away from that long? It was a long 3 hours, I'm sure. What'd you take away from that?
I'm just very surprised how Hermione gets petrified, because she's the smart goody-goody here at Hogwarts.
Hogwarts? Hogwarts.
Hogwarts.
Yeah, Hog and Warts. Think about that. That's true. Yeah, that's because you get used to in the first film, Hermione is basically she's a smart one. She's the boys are just kind of bumbling her way through, but she knows all spells, but they have to go through and figure things out without her, because she's been taken out of commission, which is cool, because it's a good way to show these kids that Ron and Harry are not just bumbling fools for the most part. They're smart and can kind of put stuff together, and they can be heroes too, even without Hermione. You have a lot of fun stuff like the Moaning Myrtle in the bathroom. She was kind of fun. Let's see. Oh, and of course, Kenneth Branagh as the new Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher, whose name I cannot remember. And by the end of the film, he couldn't remember it either, so I'm okay with that. But I loved his way he performed the really pompous, arrogant. I'm so cool, but really he knows absolutely nothing. It's all
no
fake light. Yeah, nothing.
I know magic. Yeah, I totally know magic.
Yeah, he's fooling everybody. It's great. We didn't get a lot of Severus Snape in this movie, which is bad. We could always have more Alan Rickman. We need more of him. What else?
When they found that the sink was the secret,
the Chamber of Secrets, yeah.
The girl in the bathroom, what was her name again?
Moaning Myrtle. Right,
Myrtle.
Moaning Myrtle.
Yeah, Moaning Myrtle. However you say it. English is hard.
And they were all thinking British. British English, yeah. Bringlish, I don't know.
She says, if you die, Harry, you can share my bathroom. I'm like...
Share my toilet, is what she said.
Share my toilet. I'm like... Should I just leave?
That's still disgusting. Moaning Myrtle had a weird thing for Harry. Yeah, so that also... And it's interesting, because Chris is saying he wanted to see this, because he won a while back, and we haven't got back around to it, and he was too busy to sit there and watch it with us tonight, which probably he should be in bed. He has to get up earlier for school. But I forgot all about the spiders, the big, follow spiders into the dark woods, what they're called. Chris would have freaked out. He hates spiders, and that would have totally just he'd been petrified, just like Hermione and everybody else in the film. So yeah, that was pretty intense. You're saying earlier you like the special effects. Yeah, they still hold up pretty well, except for Dobby. What do you think about Dobby? What do you think of Dobby?
Useless.
Useless.
He doesn't know how to stand up for himself until finally at the end of the movie.
Well, that's because the whole thing he's a house elf. He's basically a slave to the Malfoys, and he mentions earlier in the film, if you remember, where he says, unless the master provides him with clothing, because this is where he's wearing that.
He's free.
Yeah, but no one's doing that until the end, and then he's basically free, so he can stand up for himself. But the CGI in Dobby, again, this is 2001, which or 2002, excuse me, 2002. So yeah, it's still a little primitive. But more so, I never was the big. I know Dobby's supposed to be all cute and all that, but he never stuck with me. I'm not a big Dobby fan, and Dobby must protect Harry Potter. I mean, shut up.
No, we get it. He's famous.
But I don't know. I didn't care for. I mean, I know he'll pop up later on, like towards the end of the series. I don't think he shows up. I can't remember if he shows up in the next few films. I know like around the last one, like I can't remember what it's called now. All of a sudden, I'm drawing a blank. But Deathly Hallows, he'll show up around there, I believe. But yeah, I'm glad he's very minimal in this. I can't, he's not too. If he'd been like, strewn throughout the whole film, it'd have been a deal breaker. I'm not going to say they were trying to go for. I can't say they're going for a Gollum, because Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter, were coming on at the same time. They were both big things at the same time in theaters. Obviously, Harry Potter lasted a lot longer than Lord of the Rings. Only had 3 films, but you had Gollum and Dobby. But Gollum was a lot cooler. It had a lot more to him. Dobby was just annoying. Yeah, not very good. But again, neither one's copying it because they're both from books. One from way back when, and whenever J.K. Rowling wrote Harry Potter books. But you can see the similarities, at least in the CGI film version. I believe also that this will be the last film of, I want to say it was of the actor who plays Dumbledore. I believe it was Richard Harris, I think it was.
Yeah.
If I can remember the name. Because he would pass away before Prisoner of Azkaban, and they would be replaced with Richard Gambon, I think his name is, who would replace him. I'll have to go back in and again. I'm trying to pull the names off of memory here, so bear with me if I'm wrong. But overall, my impression, I enjoyed this one a lot. I thought, the first one was about a 3-hour cut, but I felt like this one felt a little longer. I felt this one dragged a little more.
I felt like 3 hours.
Yeah.
4 hours.
It really, it was fun, but I really felt the length on the extended version. Maybe it didn't need it, but it was still fun. There's some fluff that could be cut, but hey, what you gonna do? You're home watching it. It's still a lot of fun and enjoyable. So, what's your final overall thought on Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets? But before I say that, is there anything else you want to add?
Mm-mm.
No. Okay. What do you give Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets?
I don't know.
Okay. Put it this way: did you like it more than Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone?
I like them both.
There's no okay. That's fair. But did you prefer one over the other?
I prefer the Sorcerer's Stone.
Like Sorcerer's Stone better? Okay, I can get that. I kind of feel like the Sorcerer's Stone, obviously, too, is you really see they've already. It's been 1 year, and the kids are grown. They're still they're real little kids in Sorcerer's Stone. They're preteen here, so they the voices have dropped. They're for Ron and Harry, their voices are no longer high pitched. They've got low voices. they're maturing. So it shows really fast, and it's going to happen even more so as the series goes on. But that first one is very, very kid oriented. But this one, you're getting a little darker. You still have the kiddie stuff because it's Chris Columbus. He's directing the first two, and he really does well with the kids. But you can see the darker tones are starting to creep in here. Like I said, they're going to start getting really darker in the next one, and going forward, as the kids grow up and become young adults, the material and everything's going to get a little more darker, a little more scarier, and a lot more intense. A lot more mysteries to unsolve or solve.
Unsolve.
Yeah, no, we're going to unsolve them because if we're unsolving, then we're making mysteries again. So mysteries to solve, unravel, mysteries to unravel. There we go. I know we get the under somewhere. Okay.
The map is not mapping with these mysteries.
There you go. The map is not mapping. So my thought, I think, if I were to stay between the two, it's a tough one. It really is. But the kid in me, I'm going to pull the shredded wheat commercial. The kid in me would go with the Sorcerer's Stone. It's more fun beat. But the adult in me is going to go with the Chamber of Secrets because I do like the more darker tones and the mystery that's unraveling throughout here. And, I like the Voldemort presentation better than what's shown in Sorcerer's Stone. So, that's my opinion. So, anything else?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Well, that is it for Kara Watches Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Coming in next will be Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, which should be interesting. What?
And say hello to 12 in the morning.
It is midnight. Oh my God, I'm a bad dad. She has to be up in like 7.5 hours. So we're gonna wrap this up right now.
Bye.
If you enjoyed us, click thumbs up, share, subscribe. Leave us a comment below. Let us know your thoughts between the two Harry Potter movies. What did you like about the Chamber of Secrets?
Yeah.
Did you prefer the extended cut over the theatrical cut? I don't know what differences there are.
Whatever.
Yeah, or just say hi. We'll always take hi. So until next time, this is Chuck and
Kara.
we will see you on the other side.
Right?